Hey everybody, my name is Brian Haynes, and here is another brief history, this time about the Spanish-American War. The United States has been involved in many wars over her 250-year history. The American Revolution, the Civil War, both World Wars, Vietnam, and our most recent actions in the Middle East. There is no denying that the nation has been at the forefront of conflict in its past. Yet we often forget about the lesser, major conflicts, such as the Korean War or the Mexican War. Of all the forgotten wars, perhaps none are as significant to our history as the Spanish-American War fought in 1898. On paper, the war was a minor skirmish in comparison to others. Yet, it played a crucial role in the nation's history, becoming a turning point in helping the United States to become a global power. The Spanish-American War grew from the struggle of Cuban independence. Beginning with Columbus's expedition to the New World in 1492, Spain maintained colonies in North America for roughly 300 years. By the end of the 19th century, however, Spain's status as a world power had been greatly reduced. Their overseas empire, which once dominated North and South America, had been reduced to holdings in the Caribbean and the Philippines. In 1898, Cuban freedom fighters staged a revolution in Spanish-held Cuba. The United States, while having strong economic interests in Cuba and sympathizing with Cuban rebels, declared no initial intention of intervening in the war. On the mainland, however, civilians and journalists favored intervention, and that increased as newspapers published dramatic and often exaggerated stories about Spanish actions on the island. It was a style of reporting known as yellow journalism. Support grew further after the American battleship, the USS Maine, exploded in Havana Harbor in February of 1898. While never fully proven, American journalists were quick to blame Spain, and "Remember the Maine," "To hell with Spain," became the national rallying cry for war. Sitting President William McKinley, a Civil War veteran deeply traumatized by battle, vowed a stance of non-interference just as his predecessor had done. After the sinking of the Maine, however, Congress took measures into their own hands and forced a declaration of war in April of 1898. One of the first major American victories came in the Philippines, where Commodore George Dewey defeated the Spanish fleet at the Battle of Manila Bay. Back in North America, in the Caribbean, fighting centered in Cuba. American forces, including Theodore Roosevelt and the Rough Riders, took part in several key battles such as San Juan Hill and the Siege of Santiago. On the water, the U.S. Navy destroyed the Spanish fleet near Santiago and sealed the fate of Spain. While not as widely remembered, many men from Minnesota fought in the war, including those from McLeod County. One soldier, J.F. McCulloch, fought at Manila, the Philippine Insurrection, Marikina Road, and several more. Other local boys such as Walter Allen, John Streeter, John Dorsey, and several others fought in the Philippines, Cuba, and even went on to fight in the First World War. The fight against Spain officially ended in August of 1898 and formally concluded with the Treaty of Paris. Spain gave up control of Cuba and ceded Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines to the United States, effectively ending Spain's three-century history as a global empire. For the United States, however, the victory over Spain marked the beginning of a more active role in world affairs. The nation that had previously shied away from global politics was now at the forefront of expansionism and created a debate over imperialism, one that would wage for years to come.